Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses?
They're not my number one.
Okay, well, duh. Why are they even on the list?
Why would they not be?
Guns N' Roses?
Are you trying to tell me that they were not a giant part of the hair metal movement?
They just didn't seem as... They seemed more dirty and like actual metal.
Axl looked dirty.
The rest of them were all bland. Let me get a look at these guys.
Face. Yeah, go ahead. Look at Steven Adler back in those days. Go ahead. I'm going to give you a second.
I'll wait.
I'm Misty.
And I'm Ike.
For the next 15 minutes,
We're going to debate pop culture.
My background's in music.
My background's in film.
I know the topics beforehand.
And I don't.
We check the internet for the facts.
And ruin it with opinions.
From pop rocks in your lunchbox
to Happy Meal toys and swatch clocks.
Hello, Ike.
Hello, Misty.
Oh, are you British today?
I've got to touch the Brits in me.
Do you know that there were a lot of 80s hair metal Brits?
I didn't know that.
They didn't really consider themselves hair metal.
I had no idea.
I mean, how can we forget Spinal Tap?
How can we forget Spinal Tap?
Oh, so this is episode 2 of 80s Hair Metal Week.
Episode 2 of 80s Hair Metal Week.
Are you still like totally stoked rocking out?
47. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm ready to learn more. I learned so much yesterday.
Cool.
Morning.
Well, this one's a little bit more interactive.
Okay.
Because I feel like you might not know maybe a lot of the details about it, but I do feel like you knew some of the music.
Okay.
Okay.
What are we talking about today?
The top 5 80s hair metal albums.
Oh, okay. Now,
we're going to work backwards from 5 to 1.
Is this something that's been like established by
my own opinion?
Oh, so this is a Misty and Ike Ruin the Internet.
Yeah.
Big Hollywood top 5 hair metal bands.
These were my 5 favorites.
Now, are we talking bands or albums?
Albums.
Okay.
Albums.
And you're going 5 to 1.
Going 5 to 1.
And okay, what's number 5? Wait.
Hold on.
Let's start the timer. Meow.
Meow. Okay. Number 5 for me.
Okay.
Was
ready to goog.
Poison.
Uh-huh.
Look What the Cat Dragged In.
Okay.
You may know it for a little song that you probably sang along to many times called Talk Dirty to Me.
Talk dirty to me.
Oh, okay.
Baby.
Yeah, I do know that song. Now, why is this in your list?
Okay. I loved the visuals of Poison. So Poison wasn't necessarily as black leather. They were a lot more flamboyant. Like CC DeVille was like as flamboyant as you can get.
They like look. I'm looking
There's
at pictures.
neon,
I'm gonna snap one in the cut right here. But they've like highlighted their cheekbones with makeup, and they've got like very.
They had the lead on highlighting and contouring way before Kim Kardashian brought that.
They are beautiful, man.
They were gorgeous.
Yeah. Who is your favorite Poisoner?
Probably Bobby Dahl.
Okay. Was that the bass player?
The dark-haired bass player, I believe.
Okay. I like.
Then you had CC, who was the guitar player.
Yeah.
You had Brett, and then I don't remember the drummer.
Ricky Rocket.
Ricky Rocket. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Ricky looked exactly like a guy that went to my high school.
Right.
It's weird.
And he also looked like that MTV VJ we were talking about the other day.
Adam Curry.
No.
Ricky Rockman?
Yes.
No, they didn't look anything
like.
Ricky Rockman had dark hair.
Yeah. I stand corrected.
Ricky Rockman was the VJ that hosted Headbangers Ball. And Ricky also later opened up a club in LA during this era called the Cat House.
Okay.
And a lot of 80s hair metal bands played there. Had a very stringent list of qualifications to get in the front door.
Okay, so what was I bet what
the less clothing the better.
So what's your initial attraction to Poison? It's the glam, it's the music. Was it one of the first bands you heard?
They were super poppy. Like it was very much a really good segue from the pop music I had been listening to into heavier music.
Right, it's like Tiffany with guitars.
I wouldn't quite go that far,
All
but
right.
I mean, yeah, it was very pop oriented. Like their songs were very sing-song and like great banging choruses that you just like stuck in your head and you would sing them all the time.
Yeah. I'm looking for
I
the
Want
track
Action.
list. Ooh. I want action tonight.
Yep.
Satisfaction. And you can
one.
tell why I
Would
got an
you-
American Idol recording
Would you
contract.
like me to play a snippet of that?
How about I play it in the edit later? Right here. And we're back. Just ripping off Rick Glassman's editing style right there.
They also had on that record, there was Look What the Cat Dragged In, which was the name of the record, and a great song. But they had...
I don't think I know that one. Should we play a snippet of that too?
We should. And we're back.
And we're
They had a great ballad on it called I Won't Forget You.
I don't know that one either.
Well, you know what? We're not going to snippet that in because
look
we
it up.
will talk about that later on in the week.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Nope, no spoilers.
No spoilers.
So yeah, that's my number 5. They were
Okay.
flamboyant, they were poppy, they were fun, it stuck in your head. I didn't realize how dirty the lyrics were. I didn't know
Right.
what talking dirty meant at that time. I was like 11.
I know it's off topic, but do you think the kids that are listening to WAP right now know what that song's about?
No.
Okay.
No.
Great.
They have to look it up.
What's number 4?
Number 4. Let's see. I think that number 4 for me would have been Warrant Cherry Pie.
She's My Cherry Pie.
Yeah. Let's look up the track listing for that. I will tell you, initially, my favorite part of it, and like I said, I had no idea, and God bless my mom for not ever really looking at these records to like have to explain to me what Cherry Pie was actually referencing and the cover of the album, which is a
Young lady on roller skates.
a waitress serving a piece of cherry pie that has fallen into her lap.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
It is exactly where the metaphor would go.
Right.
In a diamond formation.
Had no idea. But I loved it.
I didn't either.
Because
And now I'm just now picking up on it 4 years later.
I'm glad that I could bring that to your life now. as an
Wow.
adult.
Well, okay. Cherry Pie. Everybody knows that song. So
Everybody knows that song.
there's an alternate album cover also.
I'm sure that there is.
Whoa. Whoa. Don't Google it.
Are you getting an education?
Yeah. I think I need to take a shower after this.
Okay, my other favorite part of this is that there was a song on the album called Ode to Tipper Gore.
What?
There's a song called Ode to Tipper Gore.
So this was later 80s. Because
it
Tipper
was
started going nuts in like 85, 87.
1990, yeah.
Wow.
So the end of the hair metal era, really.
So this isn't like just the 80s hair metal. This could bleed over into the 90s a little bit.
Well, I mean, 80s hair metal didn't end until the early, like 91, 92. And
Yeah. When Nirvana came along and just
90
smashed everything.
93 to 95 was when the grunge really took over.
Really? I
So-
always had it in my head that grunge was 91 to 94.
No. Pearl Jam 10 came out when I was a junior in high school.
Wow.
And so that would make Nirvana slightly a few months before that.
That's when everything went from like super high falsetto to hurl back of the throat.
Raw vocal power.
Raw. Shout out Butch.
What's up? Who
Ooh.
also was in a fantastic 80s hair metal band called South Gang.
Special shout out.
Special shout out to our friend Butch Walker.
Dude, South Gang. His proudest achievement in his
Dude,
entire musical career.
Oh, I don't think so. I think he's got some more now,
No.
you know, as the years have gone by.
Oh, you know,
But-
just like thousands of #1 hits that
Yeah,
he's produced.
I used to love South Gang, and I actually not that long ago I followed Jace Fincher, who was one of the other guys in South Gang, on Instagram.
Really?
I was reading a conversation, and it was about South Gang, and I was like, "Wow, I'm going to see what those other guys are doing."
Did anybody in South Gang make it into Marvelous 3? Did he
Yeah,
take one of those
I think
guys?
so.
Was it the?
I think it was Jace.
Oh,
that
cool.
Made it into Marvel's 3.
That's
I
awesome.
think. I could be wrong though.
Butch, hit us
Yeah.
up. Let us know.
Let us know.
Or we'll
Butch.
call you next time.
Yeah.
Um,
That's dumb.
What else was special about Warrant Cherry Pie? Was there anything
I
else?
really truly think it was that they wrote a song to Tipper Gore, and it also again had another great ballad on it called Bed of Roses that was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
It's really weird because now that I look back and I read these song titles and I'm refreshed on their music, they were definitely not as pop. So I feel like This was later in my musical education, and I was looking for something smarter, and I think that this was it. There were some songs that the lyrics were very, very, a song called Uncle Tom's Cabin. And it tells a story. And I think that I was just really turned on by something that seemed a little smarter. I was a little older.
Do you, not that I wasn't completely here and present when you just said whatever the fuck it was that you just said, but do you know who was on the album cover?
I don't.
Bobby Brown.
Which we'll talk about in a later episode.
Another spoiler, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I have a whole exciting week planned out. Okay, so let's move on to number 3.
Wow. Bobby Brown. Still looking pretty good.
Gorgeous.
Wow.
Stunning. It's had quite the journey. She's a pretty incredible lady.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
so we'll talk about that.
Let's go to number 3.
Number 3 for me would have been, and we talked about it a little bit yesterday, how they don't like to consider themselves part of the hair metal movement, but it would have been Def Leppard, Hysteria.
Okay.
The Love Bites song, with all of its weird like synth noises and stuff, I felt like they were in that world of music, but there was just something different about them. And I really dug it. I mean, obviously, Pour Some Sugar on Me was great,
dude,
but like Love Bites was my song.
I never understood that song.
Love Bites, Love Bleeds, it hurts.
Yeah.
What don't you understand?
I don't.
Someone very disillusioned on the idea of love.
Was that during the era when people were like, that bites?
Oh yeah, completely.
It's before Sucks.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
Well, you can my mom would. I wouldn't say she'd smack me in the back of the head, but if I said sucks, that was a bad word.
Well, we used to have to say the word eggs afterwards, so we didn't.
Sucks eggs?
Yeah, that sucks eggs.
Squidward tentacles voted most likely to suck eggs in high school.
See, I couldn't even go that far. Like,
Yeah.
There were a couple things she didn't like. Sucks and shut up.
And then as soon as we got out of the
Hated
house,
shut up.
it was, oh yeah, my mom hated shut up too. You don't say that.
Yeah.
As soon as we got out of the
big
house,
bad.
eggs became something else.
Butts.
Love and Affection was pretty good off that record.
What?
The track 12 on Hysteria, Def Leppard.
Are you thinking Love and Affection by Nelson?
No, I'm thinking of this song.
We might have to play it because I don't even remember that song.
All right, let's see here. Probably going to be an ad.
Okay.
There is an ad.
What? Are you on Spotify?
Nope. I'm on YouTube. And if you're watching us on Facebook, check us out on YouTube sometime.
And Spotify and all other podcast platforms.
Yeah, if you just want to listen to us sometimes and not watch us.
Yeah, I don't blame you. This can be a lot.
This can be a lot. This is Love and Affection by Def Leppard.
Oh, okay, now I remember it. Yeah. Okay. I mean, not to like discount the Nelsons because I loved Nelson as well.
Also,
I actually played a couple of Nelson videos for you the other day.
Right, which is this is why this is not the song I thought it was.
It's a great song though.
Okay.
Just
What a
good.
unique voice that guy had.
Right.
What was his name?
Oh God, what is his name? The one that I always remember is Rick Allen, the drummer, the one-armed drummer.
Oh, right. He wasn't the singer though, right?
No. There was an accident though, like after the recording and the release of their first record. That's when he lost his arm.
Can you believe he still drums?
I will never forget. I think I was in 8th grade and I went to go see them in concert and I just for 2 hours did nothing but stare at him playing drums, just in amazement.
And remember that double bass conversation we had yesterday?
Oh yeah, they are at
No. He put an extra snare on a foot pedal.
That's right.
So he could
So that
he could roll with one arm. So it wasn't
so awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
We got to hurry because we have just a few minutes left.
Right. Okay.
Number 3?
No, number 2. Hysteria was number 3.
Oh, we're only doing 5. Bing,
Yeah.
bing, bing. Okay, number 3.
Yeah. Okay, now here's where things are going to get messy.
Okay.
Because most people are going to go, what?
Well, let's let the people decide.
Okay, my number 2 is Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction.
Didn't we skip 3?
No.
What was 5?
5 was Poison, Liquid the Cat Dragged In.
Yep. Oh,
Number 4 was
Warrant, Def Leppard,
Def
and
Leppard.
now we're on 2.
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses.
They're not my number 1.
Okay, well, duh. Why are they even on the list?
Why would they not be?
Guns N' Roses?
Are you trying to tell me that they were not a giant part of the hair metal movement?
They just didn't seem as they seemed more dirty and like actual metal.
Axl looked dirty.
The rest of them were all
Slash,
bland. Let me get a look at
Just hit
these
his
guys.
face. Yeah, go ahead. Look at Steven Adler back in those days. Go ahead. I'm going to give you a second.
Yeah, I'll wait.
I'll wait.
Guns N' Roses.
We'll be inserting a photo, by the way.
We will, and
Right
it'll
here.
be this
A
picture.
clip.
Oh man, he's got the bandana. And,
Yeah.
I mean, they're like the torn rock and roll shirts and stuff. I don't see a whole lot of like spandex.
Axl Rose was known back then for wearing spandex on stage. That was his thing.
Okay.
They were
I mean,
Guns N' Roses and Motley Crue were the two like front runners of the 80s hair metal. And we talked about it a little bit yesterday. That's not to say that
yeah, I see it
musically
now.
they
Yeah.
didn't move out of that phase.
Right.
They
Yeah.
did, but that's where it started.
Okay, I
So-
see where you're coming from now.
My second is Appetite for Destruction. Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet
Yeah.
Child of Mine,
Okay.
Mr. Brownstone, Paradise City, Rocket Queen, It's So Easy. Like, that entire record is nothing but hit after hit after hit.
Okay. All right. So you're saying that there's one that's better than this. Number one.
I do think there's one that's better.
What is it?
My number one 80s hair metal album of all time is Motley Crue, Too Fast for Love.
Oh, you know what? I'll give you that one.
On with the Show, Livewire, Take It to the Top,
Just the
Easier
whole
Action.
thing. It just flows.
I will say this. All those songs were not hits like every song off of Appetite. To me, they were better songs. I truly, truly believed that.
So, which one do you think of 1 through 5? Which one do you think that the people at home are like, nah, I don't think so?
I think they're going to disagree with me with Guns N' Roses and Motley Crue. I think most people would flip it.
Well, what's a good way for us to figure out who should decide if you're right or not?
I have a really good idea.
Okay.
So when I started my touring career, one of my first jobs was with this amazing band from Boston named Damone.
They're awesome.
You loved them.
I did.
That's how we
I
met.
did. Yeah. You were on tour with them.
I was on tour with them.
And they were opening for Butch.
Opening for Butch Walker. We went through
Look at that little
Raleigh,
cycle there. Yeah.
and you were at the show.
I was.
And I was at the merch stand, and you and I started chatting, and
Here it is. Been
here
20
we are
years
20
later.
years later.
So what about Damone?
So Damone is at that time it was like 2006 ish, somewhere in there. Maybe slightly earlier.
Oh,
This one's
no.
gonna have to run over.
We're going in a bonus
We're
time.
going in a bonus time on this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so Damone, they were kind of a resurgence of hair metal. Really good, heavier pop music with a very like Joan Jett lead singer, female, and a couple of just really kick-ass dudes that like loved 80s hair metal.
Yeah.
So I want to call one of them and have him be our tiebreaker.
Tiebreak. Okay. Do you have a specific one about the tiebreaker, or are you going to give them all 5 and ask him if there's
I'm
something?
I'm gonna give him those top 2, and I know what his answer is gonna be, but we're gonna see, and he and I can have our
Okay.
moment.
While you call him up, here's a little taste. Just a little taste of the Damone.
Okay, little taste of the Damone.
Let me know when it's ringing.
I just need to make sure I'm Bluetoothed in.
We're getting kicked off the YouTube for that.
Okay, so
Is it ringing?
we're ringing right now.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited.
It's like a radio
What
show.
if he doesn't answer?
That'll be
I'll feel like such a loser.
We'll edit it in.
Hey, what's up?
Oh my gosh, is this Michael Vazquez?
It sure is.
Michael Vazquez, it's Misty Roberts.
Well, hello, Misty.
You're live on air with Isaac and I on our podcast show.
What's up, man?
You mean on Mike?
Mike.
So
Exactly.
we are in the middle of 80s hair metal week. And the episode that we're doing today is Misty's top 5 hair metal albums. And we need you. I feel like I have done a really good job of picking some great ones. But I also was telling Isaac, I think most people are going to disagree with my top 2 picks. And they would probably flip them. So I want to know what your opinion is as, you know, an official like rock and roller and purveyor of fine rock music. So,
No doubt.
my top 2 picks. Number 2 to me is Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. And number 1 to me.
For number 2.
That's number 2. Number 1 is Motley Crue, Too Fast for Love.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I feel like Guns N' Roses should be in number 1.
That's exactly what I told Isaac. I think most of the world is going to be like, no. Guns N' Roses, lady, that's number 1. Why do you feel that way?
Too Fast for Love is a great record. So, I'm not. I mean, I think they're both great records, but I do feel like Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction should be number 1.
What makes you feel that way? What makes you feel like? What do you feel gives it the edge over Motley Crue?
Well, I remember some bartenders dancing on a bar in Chicago, and they said to me that they only dance on the bar when songs from Appetite for Destruction are on.
I think I
That's
and
remember.
fair.
I really felt like, I feel like that really drove it home.
I think that I remember that. I think I was with you.
You were probably there.
I
No doubt about that.
I think that's actually a very legitimate reason. Like, if it's going to make a girl get up on a bar and dance, then I think maybe that's what slides it into number 1.
Can I throw a question in?
But
Yeah.
but not just get up and dance. I mean, just to that album and those songs, and that's it.
Right.
Like, that was their rule.
That's a pretty strong argument. Isaac has a question.
I don't want to put you on the spot. First of all, I just want to say I'm a big fan. Second of all, what are your top
thank
5 80s hair glam metal albums of all time?
I mean, okay, so I don't really want to put them in
They don't have to be in order.
an order.
5 of your top
necessarily, but
favorites.
I feel, well, definitely Appetite. Definitely that. I'm gonna have to say Tesla's record.
Oh,
I think it was Mechanical Resonance.
nice.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was.
I feel like that's a really solid record.
Honorable mention for sure.
I mean, White Lion Pride. I feel like that definitely deserves it.
White Lion of When the Children Cry fame.
You know it.
Yeah.
Vito Bratta with the Middle Part America.
Dude, you're going deep.
Yeah.
I think that's, let's see, what else do we have here? Probably Cinderella, Long Cold Winter as well.
What? Wow.
I'm not sure
I
why
feel
we
like
didn't.
that really needs to be in there.
I don't know
Yeah.
why we didn't fly you out here to just take my place during this
Yeah.
week.
Vasquez and Ike ruined the
I mean,
internet.
I would love to fly out and do the whole thing, but, the Rona,
COVID time.
in
Yeah.
the way of everything.
So Cinderella,
So,
Long
and
Road
then let's see.
Home. Good one. All right, you've got one left.
And then,
I've got my fingers crossed for one.
remember I have to say Poison, Look With the Cat, not Look With the Cat Dragon, open up and say ah.
Oh.
I feel like
See,
that was a
Poison,
game changer.
Poison Liquid the Cat Dragged In was my number 5.
Look at that.
Yep, I knew there
Look
was a
at that.
reason that we got along so well.
I don't have a
It was
specific.
my first concert ever.
Oh my gosh, really? Poison? That's amazing.
Life changed.
It also explains a lot
Yeah.
to me about you.
I don't have a full top 5, but I want to
Exactly.
throw
Well-
an honorable mention in there. I gotta say, Firehouse Firehouse? Is that the name of the record?
Really?
Firehouse.
Dude.
Yeah.
It was one of the first songs I heard on the radio. Because I wasn't exposed to a lot of pop music when I was a kid.
I feel like Vaz is probably
I
not a
don't
Firehouse. Yeah, not a Firehouse fan.
Oh, no.
No, I'm not in Camp Firehouse. Definitely not.
All right.
I think it's probably a little too poppy for you,
But
right?
I mean, I don't know. Like at that point, it just wasn't doing it for me. You know.
Understandable.
I mean, no offense, Ike. Like,
It's
I
all-
love the show and everything.
It's all good.
Well, we've actually gone over our time for this episode.
Yeah, we're in bonus time.
Shit, I didn't hear the timer go off. I'm sorry.
We called you
It's
after
okay.
the timer.
We were already in bonus time when we called you because there's so much to talk about on these episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. So thank you so much for settling my inner turmoil argument with myself, basically, and for bringing up a couple that we just really did not even think about or hit on.
Yeah, and for being our first celebrity guest on the show.
Yeah, you are our first celebrity guest.
I mean, thank you. I am honored. I love the show, and please keep up the good work.
I will not ever do anything in my life to let you down, Vazquez.
And we'll definitely be calling you back
I
on more
know you
tiebreakers for sure.
Do you want to end? Do you want to
I
end
will-
this episode with that thing that you always say to me? You know the thing.
Well, Misty, it's the thing I've been saying for really years. Sorry I ruined your life.
You didn't even come close. You definitely put me on the right path. I love you. You're my
trying.
brother, and have a fantastic evening. And I hope I get to see you sometime soon.
I love you too. You all stay safe.
All right.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Vazquez.
Thanks, man.
All right, later.
So many stories.
What a treat.
So many stories. with
What
that
a
guy.
treat. Guys, go check out Damone if you haven't checked him out before.
Absolutely.
They'll knock your socks off.
So many good memories.
What a great tribute to
Yeah.
all the bands that we were just talking about.
Absolutely.
And they have amazing music in their own right.
So good.
And then check out what Vazquez is working on now. Give him a goog.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's doing awesome stuff.
I actually, the band has played some shows together right before COVID hit again. I flew out and saw a reunion show.
Thanks, COVID.
Right? Ruiner.
Yeah, I'll be at the next Damone show.
Good.
No matter where it is in the world. Maybe we'll do a.
Probably at the Sinclair in Boston. That's where
Maybe
the
we could
next
do
one was
a.
scheduled.
We can open for them with a live Misty and Ike.
I love it. I'm into it.
Awesome.
All right. Well,
as long as it's not Friday.
we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.